good evening. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is India Upfront and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, this has become the most telling sign of a new India. India pulverized Pakistan within a short span of 4 days. But India's drive didn't end there. It launched a diplomatic blitzkrieg. 7 Indian delegations comprising 59 lawmakers, leaders drawn from different political parties and former diplomats visited 33 countries. And they had just one mission: to expose Pakistan and convince the world about the India story. India's special envoys, viewers, were out there telling the world that it is a Mazboot Bharat. Operation Sindoor was executed to establish the new normal in India's national security doctrine. The world now has heard the will of 140 crore Indians. Prime Minister Narendra Modi outlined it when he said, "This India seeks peace, but if humanity is attacked, India knows how to crush the enemy on the battlefield. Backed by India's armed forces, Bharat is quite capable." And viewers, at the end of this diplomatic mission, the delegates on the return met Prime Minister Narendra Modi today. They shared feedback about Bharat's diplomatic outreach. And viewers, during the discussions, there was special mention of small and major successes scored during the trips, like how they managed to make Colombia retract its statement supporting Pakistan, or how Malaysia reportedly overlooked Pakistan's request to cancel the outreach programs of the delegation led by JDU MP Sanjay Jha. Pakistan tried to play the religion card there, but was snubbed. And then EU has also supported India's right to protect its citizens under the international laws. But viewers, here in India, for some, this was a waste of time. The Congress leader and Rahul Gandhi's confidant, Jairam Ramesh, equated the delegates to terrorists. Sanjay Raut of Uddhav Sena says there was no need to send the delegations. He chose to call them a barat. Sanjay Raut went on to urge the INDIA bloc members to boycott this barat. Then we had another Congress leader, Ajay Kumar, who went a step further and said that MPs who were part of the delegations were dressed up, but no one really met them. Supriya Srinath said there were only museum visits, no diplomacy. Watch it to believe it.
पहलगाम के आतंकवादी हैं, उन्होंने 4 आतंकी हमले कराए हैं 18 महीने में। आज वहां वहां घूम रहे हैं, हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहां घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहां घूम रहे हैं।
You tell me whom have they met? बुरा लगता है ना कि इतने तैयारी, इतने खर्चे के बाद, इतने कपड़े सिलाए सब लोग, उसके बावजूद भी अगर कोई मिलता नहीं तो इट्स नॉट अ गुड थिंग. आई फील बैड. आई मीन आई सी सो मेनी ऑफ देम ड्रेस सो वेल बट नोबडी टू मीट. इट्स नॉट गुड. ये एक टूरिज्म प्रोग्राम चल रहा है ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के नाम पर, टेररिज्म के नाम पर. हाँ, ये टूर एंड ट्रैवल कंपनी खोल दी है, अभी जरूरत नहीं है.
And viewers, in a copycat move, opposition claims, was it a barat? There were MPs from Congress and Uddhav Sena on the delegations too. Are INDIA bloc members serving a no-trust vote to their own leaders? And does this narrative help India or hurt India? Before I open up this debate, let's hear from Bharat's envoys.
इन सभी देशों ने पहलगाम के ऊपर तुरंत भारत के साथ सॉलिडारिटी व्यक्त की. पहलगाम से सभी चिंतित थे, तो उन्होंने भी बातचीत सब की. उन्होंने कहा कि वी आर टोटली विथ यू और ये टेरर बंद होना चाहिए.
चाहे वो यूरोपियन यूनियन हो, वो बेल्जियम के ऑफिशियल्स हो, वो लंदन में हो, सभी जगह जो पॉजिटिव रिस्पांस इंडिया को मिला है और हमारे डेलीगेशन को मिला है और पेशेंटली हमारी सुनवाई हुई है, उससे ये यकीन हो रहा है कि दुनिया टेररिज्म के दहशत को समझती है.
I think it was a very good visit. We were all very pleased with the way in which the 5 countries we went to received us. We thought we had good results everywhere, high quality meetings, presidents, prime ministers, vice presidents, very senior interlocutors everywhere.
And joining me on this debate this evening is Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP, with me here in the studios. Sujata Pandey, who is a political analyst, Professor Monojit Mondal, who is a political analyst, Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst, and also Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist. Good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us here on India Upfront this evening. Advocate Nikhil Jain, last I checked, Dr. Shashi Tharoor was in the Congress party only. He still is the member of parliament from the Congress party. And Ajay Kumar, a Congress leader, has said, you tell me whom have they met, these delegations. It feels bad. They got stitched, they got clothes stitched, but yet no one was willing to meet them. And it was Dr. Tharoor only. His delegation actually met US Vice President J.D. Vance. Is he a nobody for the Congress party?
So, Hina, first of all, let's remember Hina, is my audio clear?
Yes.
I'm getting a lot of echo.
We'll fix it.
Yes. So, Hina, first of all, let's understand one thing, that the Indian government sent 7 different delegations, all party members of parliament, with members from the BJP, from the Congress, and other parties across the country. Now, not all of these 7 delegations received a successful response. Dr. Tharoor's delegation certainly did quite well meeting the Vice President of the United States, but there have been delegations like the one that went to South Korea, like the one that went to Indonesia, where no high official of the country that they were visiting would meet them. Now, that is not to say that this is a failure of the delegations. I would see it as a failure of the Indian foreign policy, the Indian External Affairs Ministry, and that is the point that a lot of members from the opposition are now raising. Also, let's remember that the 2 or 3 star MPs or star delegates that India sent, they are all from the opposition, whether it is Asaduddin Owaisi or Dr. Tharoor or Salman Khurshid or Manish Tiwari. No MP from the BJP could shine. And I think, it was a great gesture by the opposition parties that their MPs were, filling the gaps in India's foreign policy, which this government in its 11 years of existence has not been able to manage, and something that's, one of the gross failures of this government. We don't have good relations with any of our neighbors right now. So far as the world standing with us on the issue of terrorism is concerned, there was never a question about it. Everybody in the world is against terrorism, is against radical extremist Islamist terrorism, and that is the message that our delegation was sending abroad, which was well received, as it would have been had it been any other delegation. The point that is being raised by the opposition is, were these delegations as efficacious as we would have wanted them to be? And sadly, the answer is no.
Okay, but I'm glad that you at least acknowledged that sending Dr. Tharoor as the leader of one of the delegations was a good thing, because as far as I remember, Congress party had not even suggested his name. In fact, it seemed Congress party had a lot of problem with government picking him as well from the Congress party to lead one of the very, very crucial delegations. Ashutosh Mishra, I want to ask you, now we are hearing comments from leaders of the INDIA bloc saying that this was nothing but a barat. They only went to see museums. But like I also read in my opening introduction, Colombia, was forced to retract its statement, its pro-Pakistan statement. EU has given full support to India. Will you also say that it displays failure of India's foreign policy? There was no need to send these delegations abroad?
Did Putin, Zelensky and Netanyahu send delegations when they were defending their country? I don't think so. I haven't seen that.
Okay.
So sending these delegations was more a case of damage control by Narendra Modi. Because if you remember, when the foreign secretary was announcing the ceasefire, after that he and his family were attacked on social media by Modi andhbhakts, and we all know what happened there. So this was more a case of Narendra Modi trying to make it up atkana, bhatkana, latkana for his own andhbhakts. India as a global reach since before Mr. Modi, whatever he might say. And if in his 10 years of moving globetrotting, he has not been able to make a connect with all these leaders, despite the hugs and all those awards that he has received, and he has to send opposition MPs to explain Indian position. It's something to worry about. And the biggest thing that you see here is now India and Pakistan are being hyphenated. Why should the Kashmir issue become internationalized, where we have to tell other countries why action we take against terrorist state is right or wrong. We don't have to do that. It's a matter of shame for us that we have to explain that, justify our actions against terrorists. Nothing has happened from since Pulwama till Pahalgam to sort of strengthen our internal and intelligence collection. And that's the sort of thing. This is what was happening here. Was Mr. Modi trying to hide his embarrassment because of Donald Trump, which had turned his own anbhaks against him.
Okay.
Nobody was willing
Pradeep
to
Bhandari,
accept
how will you like
that
to
his,
respond?
ceasefire-
One person says, our foreign policy has failed, and now some acknowledgement at least has come. Okay, some of the delegations did a good job, but then you have Mr. Ashutosh Mishra saying that it was nothing but a damage control by India. I'm not able to understand one very simple thing. Here, at a time when we were all speaking as Indians, you have some within the country who are just looking for reasons to tell the world, oh, India has failed here, oh, India has failed there. I'm not able to understand why is that really happening.
Well, Hina, at the outset, I'm glad that Ashutosh has admitted that the Congress party doing track 2 diplomacy in 10 years of UPA was a big failure, because it was the Congress party which used to send, not even leave apart politicians, academics and journalists and members of the National Advisory Council to Pakistan and other countries in order to take the Indian narrative forward. And Ashutosh today has acknowledged that the Congress party was an abject failure. Now let me come to the moot point. The moot point, Hina, is the following: that India gave a befitting reply to Pakistan, and we went deep inside Pakistan, and 100 kilometers inside Pakistan, and Operation Sindoor was and is continuing, is a huge success. However, when you had leaders like Rahul Gandhi, who in an ongoing operation asked how many Indian jets were down, I believe it was extremely important for the Indian government to send patriotic MPs from across the country to the world in order to take forward the Indian narrative, because you had the Mir Jafars inside the country only belittling the Indian narrative. Had you not had Mr. Rahul Gandhi and others who were questioning the armed forces, questioning how many jets were fired, and despite the Indian government's official response that no third country was involved, going ahead and weakening the Indian narrative on Operation Sindoor, and all of them quoted by Pakistan, it became imperative for the Indian government to send an all-party delegation, member of parliament representing the country, not representing parties, to take forward the Indian narrative. Because the confusion in the global community was because of the statements coming from the likes of Udit Raj, Jairam Ramesh and Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So the compulsion of that prevailed, and this is why we had to send it. Now, I am extremely shocked that till yesterday it was Jairam Ramesh who had problems with Mr. Shashi Tharoor. It was Pawan Khera who had problems with Mr. Shashi Tharoor. These were the same people who had problems with Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi. And now they are slowly and gradually acknowledging that one of these delegations was a huge success, because deep inside they know that the truth which is acknowledged by the global community today is that India has even won the narrative. This is why members from all these political parties, when they have come back, none of them, even days after coming back, is able to question the intent of the government, bearing apart Rahul Gandhi's coterie. So there is a difference here, Hina. One is Rahul Gandhi's coterie, which is quoted by Pakistan, and the other is the people of India, including all members of parliament from across parties who had gone there to represent the country. I am not shocked, because this is nothing but repackaged Saboot gang which is back. That time it was with Rahul Gandhi, it was out in the open. Again, this is now reduced. The size of the Saboot gang is reduced. But again, the masiha of that Saboot gang is Rahul Gandhi. And another lot which is questioning the likes of Ajay Kumar, there is a feeling of jealousy, according to me, because deep down inside they are the people who wanted to go, and their colleagues had gone there to represent the country. This is why there is a level of jealousy and insecurity which is understandable.
Ashutosh Mishra wants to respond, and Ashutosh Mishra, Dr. Tharoor himself was called the super spokesperson of the BJP from leaders within the Congress party, and also it was Mr. Rahul Gandhi's statements that were being used by Pakistan to amplify its fakery and propaganda. That is another reason why it was very important for India to tell the world that this is Mazboot Bharat. You cannot mess with India anymore.
So you couldn't mess with India anytime. whether it be in the 1971 when we divided Pakistan into two. This is a false narrative being propagated by Narendra Modi, who even tried to blame Nehruji for Pahalgam incident. Coming back to, let me fact check the BJP spokesperson. The Chief of Defense Services has accepted that there were certain jets that went down. Why Rahul Gandhi raised this question was because it was raised by American Intel and reported by American Intel and French Intel agencies. So, in a democracy, the nation needs to know what is the truth, not just chest thumping that we have done something.
Pradeep wants to respond quickly. Pradeep Bhandari.
Not, first of all, neither the CDS nor anybody from the army said that how many jets were down. What they said, it is natural for losses. Mr. Gandhi wants to know the specific number of how many jets were down. He's not interested in knowing the number of terrorists killed because his intent is to benefit the Pakistani narrative. 1971, we all remember how Indira Gandhi gave away 90,000 prisoners of war for nothing. She gave 5,000 kilometers of land which we had of Pakistan for nothing. And 2 years after 1971, she wanted to give the nuclear technology to Pakistan. So yes, Mr. R.N. Kaur, who was the RAW chief at that time, an advisor, also said that Indira was under the pressure of US and UK. That is what is called real surrender. Surrender is when Nehru gifted POK to Pakistan and Aksai Chin to China. That is what is called real surrender.
Okay.
The fight here is between the nationalists and the anti-nationalists.
Also wants to respond, but before that, let me take the opening comments from my other guests as well. Professor Monojit Mondal, do you agree with people like Sanjay Raut when they say that, you know, there was no need to send this Bharat? Firstly, do you also think that it was a Bharat that India sent? Do you agree with Congress netas who say that, you know, there wasn't really any diplomacy? Because these 7 delegations included members from Trinamool Congress as well. So I'm asking you the specific question. Do you agree with them when they say there wasn't any diplomacy, only museum visits took place?
No, certainly not. I think you know that one of the most important leaders, in fact, the second most important leader of All India Trinamool Congress, the All India General Secretary, Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, was, sent as, the delegate to represent the political party of All India Trinamool Congress. Even though he, I think, spoke like a real statesman, in fact, the fact remains that I'll go step ahead in saying that it was the opposition MPs who exposed the Pakistan most. So that's also in turn actually exposes the abject foreign policy of the government for the last 11 years. I mean, if you be honest and see who are the MPs that perform so well, it is Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, Shashi Tharoor, Owaisi, Salman Khurshid, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Kanimurji, and Supriya Sule. They have performed so well. I mean, they were the most visible faces for India. That, on the one hand, definitely exposes the Pakistan as a terrorist state. That shows the unity of our country, but also somewhere down the line, it also exposes the fractures in the foreign policy of government of India. What the government of India could not do actually was done by the opposition.
You know, after listening Professor Monojit Mondal's comment here, because here also a report card has been given. So they didn't want to really give credit to these delegations for the work that these delegations were sent for what they managed to achieve for India. First, they didn't want to do that. And now a report card is being given that it was the opposition MPs who did well. And hence, it exposes BJP's, it exposes centre's foreign policy failure. I mean, I'm shocked. How will you like to respond? Because I didn't hear at least Dr. Tharoor or any other member of parliament who was leading the delegation saying, oh, I did so much well. They all spoke about the country as one. I mean, I'm absolutely shocked today to hear this argument.
So, Hina, I think, for the India Alliance, it's now pretty clear that the hatred for Modi is bigger than the national pride or the love for Bharat, because otherwise why would a national alliance who named itself as India Alliance would put the victories of India down, question it, mock it, then mock the Indian soldiers, their bravery, the precise attacks that we did, the entire isolation of Pakistan, the entire narrative, the war that we won from Colombia to the Brussels, from US to Africa, everywhere. Why would they run it down? The answer is simple. For them, if Modi wins, even if India wins, it's a loss. They would rather let Pakistan's agenda and the Pakistan's propaganda succeed than let Modi have a credit. I think it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy for the India Alliance and the Congress party in particular. Because for Rahul Gandhi, I think the Modi hate is central to every other agenda. It doesn't matter what elections are going on. It doesn't matter what system he's talking about. It doesn't matter he wins, he loses. Modi hatred is the center of it, and it was visible and shamefully show in their reaction to the entire Operation Sindoor. But then, you know, the truth is truth. They can say that this happened, that did not happen. They can keep asking the same questions that Pakistan would like to listen and question and make sure that it goes to all parts of the world. But we know as Indians that we stood as one. We know that all our military strength and display has awed the world. This is for the books. It is going in the books that how India, once known as the third world country in Congress regime, is now come up with such an art of, you know, world defense system that the world is queued for Indian made defense system. Congress probably cannot look at such a India which is unapologetic, which hits hard, which stands its ground on the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Congress mocked everything, not just Operation Sindoor. It mocked the Atmanirbhar Bharat. It mocked Rafale.
Professor Monojit Mandal wants to respond. Is hatred towards Modi? Is hatred towards Modi the reason why that there is this compulsion to make these kind of statements? Professor Monojit Mandal first, and then Advocate Nikhil Jain.
First of all, we have got no hatred towards the Prime Minister. Let him live longer as he can. But he has to come clean on the fact that how could the terrorist enter the Indian soil? He was tom-tomming in 2611 about the problem of UPA government at that point in time.
Professor Monojit Mandal, in that case, the TMC MP who was also part of the delegation here, Mr. Banerjee, he could have said, no, I don't want to go because I don't want to believe what this government says, what the Prime Minister says. He had an option to say no.
Can I even finish? Why are you interrupting? Why are you interrupting? First of all, the terrorists are still at large, mind you. Still at large, those four terrorists. You have to acknowledge the failure of intelligence. You have to acknowledge the failure of the Home Ministry who ran the police in Jammu and Kashmir. You cannot discount those facts. It's time to call spade a spade now at least. And most of all, you have to also think about the way the Home Minister is trying to politicize the whole Operation Sindoor, especially in Bengal. He is making it a poll gimmick. He is making it a poll plank. At least the foreign delegates, largely populated by the opposition MPs, they did not have an iota of doubt about their integrity, their commitment. In fact, they precisely say that we are not here to politicize. But that's politicization is being done by BJP, led under the none by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister.
Well, lectures are coming from Mr. Mandal. The nation has not forgotten Newton Das, who was a TMC voter, and reality he was found to be in a terror case in Bengal. And here in this country, Trinamool Congress gave that man, a terrorist in Bengal, a fake voter ID card. That is the reality. The reality of this man, Mr. Mandal's party, is this, where they pass a resolution in the assembly where they could not even name Operation Sindoor as Operation Sindoor. This is their double standard and good cop, bad cop. We don't need lectures from these individuals who question our forces time and again and are weak on border security, right from questioning the BSF to questioning our integrity. Why have they not named the Operation Sindoor as why have they not even named Operation Sindoor as Operation Sindoor in the resolution passed? Why? Because of appeasement and vote bank politics. This is precise case, Hina, of good cop, bad cop. Abroad you go, you speak for the country, come back here, you know you have to appease the vote back.
Quick
this
rebuttal,
is where
Professor Manojit Mondal.
you cannot name Operation Sindoor as Operation Sindoor.
I mean, it's just a simple reason I have stated that you have now made Sindoor your political symbol, not the symbol of operation or symbol of the unfortunate ladies who lost their Sindoor. You have made it a symbol of
family is with us, Mr. Mandal.
Whole gimmick, political plank. That's
yes,
the simple
just because
reason.
it is named Sindoor, right?
You talked about Litan Das. How could he enter India? How could
because
he enter India?
You as an individual, when BSF asks your local administration to arrest, you do not do anything. The area which is to be fenced by the local administration, you did not do it.
Your minister is an abject failure.
Yes, Mamata Banerjee is an abject failure.
5 years.
Mamata Banerjee is an abject failure as the Chief Minister of Bengal. For appeasement politics, she is compromising on national security.
Stop the terrorists enter the Indian territory.
You eulogize terrorists, my dear friend.
One at a time.
System is a failure.
Okay.
He must resign.
Okay, coming back to the topic that we are discussing this evening, Professor Manojit Mondal, there was this opportunity.
This is the reality.
There was
Just
this opportunity.
Hina, they question us. This is Anand Sharma today at the all-party delegation meeting the Prime Minister. Are these not congressmen and patriots, or is Shashi Tharoor a congressman and patriot? This is Shashi Tharoor meeting the Prime Minister meeting Shashi Tharoor without any biases. Why? Because all these men from all parties represented the country. This is the difference between them and us. We don't object when it comes to national security.
Advocate Nikhil Jain. Pictures speak for themselves, and these pictures are extremely important. So I want to ask you, was it a sham when the opposition said we are going to stand with the government when it comes to response to Pakistan after the terror attack took place?
First of all, the opposition, all parties, including the Congress, TMC, and every important party in the country did stand with the government right after Operation Sindoor. But what was the BJP doing? They were putting out Ghibli cartoons saying Jati nahi puchi, dharam pucha. Only 8 days later,
Siddaramaiah was asking, my dear friend, Pakistan should not be attacked. You had likes of
Mr. Bhandari, I did not interject. Mr. Bhandari, I did not interject.
Okay,
you'd have to stop him from interjecting. This is not how a debate can go.
This is not how a debate can go. Advocate Nikhil Jain, 1 second. Gentlemen, both of you please calm down. Both of you please calm down. Advocate Jain, 1 second. 1 second, Advocate Jain, 1 second. I just want to tell our viewers, we've got first pictures of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with the delegations, with 7 delegations, who went to different countries with, India story. And there you can see the pictures on your screens right now, viewers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting all the members who went there to expose Pakistan in different parts of the world. He can be seen with Anand Sharma of the Congress party, and the entire team is there. And those are the first pictures that viewers we've got for you that Pradeep Bhandari was also showing to us. Advocate Nikhil Jain, yes, go ahead now.
Thank you so much. So the reason the opposition is saying that these delegations did not achieve the means that they set out to achieve is the fact that Pakistan today would be co-chairing the United Nations Security Council Committee on Anti-Terrorism. We sent out our delegations to tell to the world that Pakistan is a terror-sponsoring state. The government of Pakistan, the armed forces of Pakistan are a problem that the world needs to tackle. Of course, if we go out and say we are against terrorism, every single country in the world will stand with us. What we wanted to rally the world against Pakistan and their support for terror, and this is what we've managed to achieve, that Pakistan would be co-chairing the committee.
It's a fake news. No, it's not co-chairing it.
That is why this delegation becomes a failure. Secondly, Mr. Bhandari,
you cannot spread fake news against the country.
Interject the BJP spokesperson.
You cannot spread fake news against the country. Pakistan asked for sharing. No, it's not. It is a vice chair post. It is a Cyril Emolian post. It is not a co-chair post. Read there. This is the exact article of Times of India. Pakistan demanded to chair 4 UN terror-related panels and it was snubbed.
Get into this. No, I will not respond to this nonsense.
You are not.
I will not respond to this nonsense.
You are abject nonsense.
Okay, allow him to respond. Advocate Nikhil Jain, go ahead and let's try and keep it civil. I gave equal time to everybody, so nobody can really complain. Advocate Nikhil Jain, quickly make your point.
I've been waiting for my turn. Thank you so much. When I try to make my point, the BJP spokesperson interjects. That is what the problem is. He talks about how Indira Gandhi gave away 93,000 prisoners of war without talking about the fact that in 1971, Indira Gandhi and the Indian Army broke the country of Pakistan into two. A new country was formed with which we had fabulous relations for 50 years, only for Mr. Modi to come and then spoil those relations. We had 93,000 prisoners of war to give away, but so far the 4 terrorists or 5 or 6 or 3 terrorists who carried out the Pahalgam terror attack, they have not been caught by this government, and that is how this government fails. On the topic of Indira Gandhi wanting to give away nuclear technology after 1974, that is an absolute lie. That was certainly not the statement made by the Prime Minister at the time. This is proof of that. She was telling the world that we are developing nuclear technology for our power generation
interest. Point. Advocate Nikhil Jain, you've made your point now. You've made your point. Quick response. I'll have to then wind up this debate. Pradeep Bhandari, yes.
3 points. Point number 1. Indira Gandhi, 2 years after Operation Smiling Buddha, intended to give nuclear technology to Pakistan. It is on record in the parliamentary panel. Point number 1. Point number 2, he's telling you half-truth. 4 UN-related security UNSC panels Pakistan wanted to chair on terror. It was snubbed and only given a vice chair position, which is a ceremonial position, which has nothing to do with Pakistan. Point number 3, not a single country bearing apart China, bearing apart Azerbaijan has supported Pakistan. UNSC has passed a resolution acknowledging India's right to respond in the case of Operation Sindoor. The Pakistani agents in India, like Mr. Nikhil Jain and his party Congress, can never acknowledge it, who did not even strike Pakistan after 26/11 and gave Pakistan a clean sheet.
All right. I'm completely out of time. Okay, Ashutosh Mishra, quick closing comment. Yes.
Say that the BJP spokesperson, by talking of appeasement politics, bared the communal fangs of BJP. He is confusing between Modi Bhakt and Rashtra Bhakt. India is nationalist, Rashtra Bhakt, and BJP are only Modi Anbhakts who think that if you oppose Modi, you are against India. India is not Modi and Modi is not India. We have to remember that.
That was the point that Sujata was also making. That is there so much of hatred for Prime Minister Narendra Modi that you do not even want to own and acknowledge India's success? Operation Sindoor was something that Indian armed forces executed. It was a successful operation. Today you are questioning the same operation executed successfully by Indian armed forces. You don't want to praise it. You don't want to appreciate it. Is it because of your hatred towards Prime Minister Modi? That was the point that Sujata had made. Okay, last 10 seconds only, please, Pradeep Bhandari. Then I have to wind up this debate.
This is the cable, July 22nd, 1974, reported by Times of India on April 10, 2013. The cable suggested India had offered to share nuclear technology with Pakistan in 1974. This is the headline. Nikhil Jain, shame on you for lying. Shame on you.
Okay, I'm completely out of time, but this is of course going to be something that we will be discussing ahead as well as we get more details, more pictures coming in. We can see Ghulam Nabi Azad shaking hands with Prime Minister Modi, a picture of Anand Sharma there of the Congress party and Dr. Shashi Tharoor as well. The entire delegation had a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They shared with him their experiences and what is it that India managed to achieve with this mission. To expose Pakistan in front of the entire world. Thank you very much, all of you, for the moment for joining us here on this debate. Moving on, viewers, the Khatakhat model promised by Rahul Gandhi is becoming a bane for the Congress government, it seems. From Himachal to Karnataka to Telangana, the promised fairy tale is becoming a nightmare for the Janta. This time, the voters of Telangana are hit hard by the season of price pinch inflicted upon them. The Congress government has hiked the